And we are live on Facebook, folks. Good afternoon. We are here at Mario's new studio. For those of you just tuning in, my name is Andy within South Florida. We're with Mario, the one-stop shop. And folks, I gotta tell you, Mario, what happened when you were out, man?
They created the studio for me.
You know, a couple of weeks ago we were kidding that we're gonna do a live series and we're gonna do a studio, and all you needed was lights and a projector screen. I mean, wow. And I came in today to do our broadcasting, and you have a studio built.
No, I mean, it's just a room that we retrofitted to accommodate filming, and it's a multi-purpose room, filming, videos, conference room with clients. It's multi-purpose.
So is it safe to say that you believe now in the power of video?
I've never doubted the power of video since I met you.
Folks, welcome to the new studio at Strzok & Tanner, the one-stop shop. Mario Quintero, clear to close, you name it, he has it here. And we're going to be coming live to you from now on in the studio. Plus, I hear, Mario, you're going to be bringing in some other guests from the community as well.
Periodically, yes. Next week I have 2 people that are visiting our office, and I will be doing some videos of their services.
Absolutely.
Actually, there's 2 next week and 1 already planned for the following week. So stay tuned.
So it's not only the one-stop shop, it is a catalyst in the Kendall community here. Mario, as you know, is a member and a board of directors of the Greater Kendall Business Association as well. I serve as the chairman for this year, but Mario is on the board as well. And one thing in the studio, though, that we need to tweak here is a teleprompter. We need a closer teleprompter because, Mario, I don't know about you, but I see a lot of people joining, but I cannot read.
I can't read that far.
So all of you guys joining right now, my apologies. I see you. I see the bubbles coming up. If we don't mention your name, no offense. I know we usually do that. If we don't mention your name today, please, our apologies. We will have a teleprompter here along with our coffee and our candy. And Mario's hooking us up, man. I'm spoiled. You know, he's raising the bar here on the videos and the broadcasts that I do. I'm going to be requiring all this from all of our clients. In fact, Mario, maybe I can bring my clients here and we can use the studio here with the backstop shop.
You're more than welcome.
So, Mario, I heard you were on vacation last week.
Vacation? No, it wasn't a vacation. It was a business.
You were up to Orlando to see the Mouse family, no?
I didn't see the mice. I didn't see Donald Duck. I didn't see anybody.
I heard you were at the Mortgage Professionals Show.
Mortgage, it's the Florida Association of Mortgage Professionals Show, trade show, conference, and education. And it was a great event, like always.
Really, really. So, explain to us a little bit about it. I hear a term called the FAMP. What does that entail?
So, the Florida Association of Mortgage Professionals is an association I've been a member of since I joined the industry back in 2002.
Wow.
It's the oldest mortgage association in the country. Florida was the first one to create an association, and its primary purpose is to be a liaison with government regulations.
Okay.
Create good education for the mortgage professionals, classes that they can take, and then have not only the annual trade show that was part of this. They have different shows around the country. For example, Miami has its own little satellite of the association.
Okay.
And they'll have their trade show and education seminar in November. It's a habit for me to go up in July, August every year because it gives me a head start on what new programs are coming. I get my credits out of the way, and it gives me a chance to network. So I don't like waiting all the way to November, even though I do attend a November local Miami show periodically. But I like the big show. I like the show in Orlando. A lot going on, a lot of things, and I attend there every year.
I guess it helps you keep in touch with the industry and talk to other people and see what they're doing and maybe tweak or improve whatever processes are in the industry, no?
All the major players in the industry are there.
Nice.
So it gives you time to rub elbows with everyone, network, and gather as much information as you can to bring back home to use during the day-to-day.
If you're going to be the one-stop shop, you may as well be the one-stop educated Educated shop.
Educated shop.
A one-stop shop without education is a disaster waiting to happen, right?
Yep,
I mean,
there you go.
so I hear that this show has been around for 60 years.
60 years.
That's a long time.
Not just the show, the actual association.
The association itself, 60 years.
Was incorporated 60 years ago. In fact, one of the comments that I made last week on social media was responded by one of the members of the Division of Financial Regulation who was a member 50 years ago.
Wow.
She's retired now, but she made a nice positive comment about what I was showing, and it's a very active association, and a lot of the changes that get done in Washington and in Tallahassee at the state level are initiated by mortgage professionals who dedicate time and effort on an annual basis to try to help the rest of the professionals to be able to operate more efficiently. And if there's some not so good regulation coming out, they help to try to defeat it or modify it or whatever.
How important is it for mortgage professionals to attend, and is it a requirement?
So it's not a requirement.
Not a requirement.
Not a requirement to attend. I enjoy it because for me it's like a intense, I want to say 30 hours of education, networking, trade show, rubbing elbows, not only with mortgage wholesalers, but other mortgage brokers.
Right.
And from around the state.
Right.
So we share information, we try to help each other, and it's just a very intense time. By the time I get in my car around noon on Friday, I've put in an action-packed 2 days of maybe 15 hours a day of just work.
And it keeps you sharp. It's like a blade. It keeps you sharp. You're in touch with the industry, with what's happening in the industry. You're able to deliver the best product and service to your clients. You know, so heads up out there. No offense to any other mortgage broker in the industry, but maybe as a consumer, if you want to ask that question, hey, have you been keeping up with the trends? Have you attended the different conventions? You know, as you heard, it's not a requirement, but you might be wise to do business with somebody that it does have the pulse. Does have the pulse of the industry.
One of the things that I enjoy attending is a luncheon that they have on Thursdays. And the reason I enjoy attending it is they usually have the president of the National Association of Mortgage Brokers comes in and speaks to us. And then they also have a panel of the Division of Financial Regulation. These are the people that audit the offices of mortgage professionals.
So you become known.
Well, the thing is that you get a chance to get to know them, they get a chance to know you, and they basically fill us in on what issues they've been dealing with in auditing other mortgage brokers around the state. So they're telling you, they're telling you, this is what we see, and make sure that you got this right.
Yeah.
Okay? So they're basically telling you, make sure when you get back home to your office, make sure that these items are the ones we're really looking for,
Sure.
and make sure that you have it buttoned up.
It's like the inside track. You're getting the source from the horse's mouth.
So I wrote those down and I texted my office and make sure we got this, make sure we got that, make sure we got this, and fortunately we got everything in place. But you know, it's good to know that that's what they're looking for.
Absolutely. I think every industry should have these type of associations and get-togethers just to keep it clean, just to keep it level, just to be sure that everybody's playing with the same deck of cards and everything's on the table. Because you know, traditionally, you know, the mortgage industry, especially Florida, has not had a good rep in the past years. It's improving.
We still don't.
We still don't. Okay, so it's even more important, folks, that you deal with people that know the trade, that operate their business in a professional manner with current regulations and up to speed. I just want to take a minute. I see a lot of people coming in today. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. If it's the first time joining us, My name is Andy within South Florida, and we're here with Mario Quintero, the one-stop shop. We come to you every week, every Thursday at the 4 o'clock hour, and we talk to you about matters in the real estate world, mortgage world. Mario is known as the one-stop shop within the industry. We normally acknowledge and we mention names of everybody hopping in. My sincere apologies today. We have a brand new studio, as you can see, and you're kind of a little far away, so we cannot really read. These old eyes cannot really read the screen as much, but we will have a teleprompter here for next show, so we apologize in advance. But if it's the first time watching us, welcome on board. Thanks for the love. We would love your comments. If you could type in your comments below there, ask a question live. We'll make an effort to go ahead and see it. But if not, leave a question below on the replay, and Mario will definitely get to it. So Mario, you mentioned that you love attending the luncheon, but what are some other primary events at the conference?
So there are a lot of education classes,
Okay.
individual education classes, from technical education about the business, marketing, advertising, boot camps throughout the whole 4-day period. One of the education classes that I go to every year is my 8-hour continuous education. We have to have a minimum of 8 hours. Split up into different categories. It's not the most exciting 8 hours. Fortunately, we have one of the instructors in the state. His name is Joe Falk, and he makes the class very interesting and funny. Okay, so it kind of, even though it's still boring, at least with him, you can stay awake and listen to everything. But during that class, they educate us on the changes in compliance and different things that we need to be aware of. If there's changes in record retention for the state versus record retention for the federal government.
Exciting stuff.
There's a bunch of stuff. So, but you got to have that.
Yeah.
You got to have that right, because if you don't, you could be fined by the state a large sum of money. They talked about this quarterly report that we have to do every quarter. We've been doing it for many years. And the division director said that right now they got 100 mortgage offices that are not doing that report timely. And that is a big deal for them. And they're looking at shutting 100 companies down.
Wow.
In the state of Florida. The report this month is due next week, but we already got it done today. So we always like to be ahead of schedule with that report. So it's a lot of information that helps us with the back office.
So it's not just that, anybody that's looking for a loan can just, head into an office and just talk to a broker. I mean, people really got to do their homework and be sure that that person is well educated, is licensed, is in the loop, and knows the best practices in order to close and to avoid any turbulences and any headaches or problems later on with the property you're buying.
The liability of compliance is
Huge.
a big deal. It's huge, and that's what we try to always stay ahead of the game.
So you mentioned earlier about continuous education, and I asked you, but you said that no, it was not required. I mean, is there a reason for that? I mean,
No, continuous education is
continuous is required. Okay,
required. Yeah,
okay,
eight credit hours per year.
okay.
I usually do
And this applies to all brokers,
all mortgage,
All-
all licensed mortgage professionals.
all licensed. Okay,
Whether you're a broker or a lender,
okay,
you're required to take those 8 hours. Personally, I take the minimum 8, and I usually take about another 8 during the course of the year,
okay.
just for personal education myself. If I see a class out there that I've never taken, I will go out and take the class. So
Are these classes mostly in person? Are they available online? Are they available in all areas of Florida?
no, most of them are in person.
In person.
Yeah,
Okay.
classroom style. Some of them are webinars,
Okay.
but I'm not a webinar type of person. I like to go ask questions directly to the educator, and at the same time, I'm always networking with the other professionals.
So, there's a lot of people there, I'm sure, in Orlando for this convention of the association, and I'm sure that everybody there does something similar to what you do, Mario. How do you network with your competitors? Or let me take it one step further. Do you even have competitors?
Well, there's different people at the show that I like to maintain relationships with, reconnect, and then create new ones. Okay, so, let's talk about the wholesalers. I like to talk to the wholesalers in person. because if we have an issue with a file that we're working on that we submitted to them, it's good to be able to pick up the phone and they know who the face on the other side
Remember,
is.
I met you in Orlando.
Right, or I've known them for 10 or 15 years, so it's just a matter of touching base, reconnecting. So how do we network with our competitors? I had dinner one night with one of my competitors from Orlando, and we exchanged war stories, we exchanged business cards again, and there might be some products that he's aware of that I may not be aware of.
Right.
There's products that I'm aware of that he may not be aware of. So over this dinner, we talked shop and business the whole time.
Right.
So that's how you network with your competitors. And I had a chance to rekindle maybe a good 10 relationships that I only see once a year. And the first night when I got there, I was having a burger in the lobby, and an account executive that I used to do business with years ago recognized me, came over, sat down, we reconnected, and I'm going to re-sign up with his company.
Yeah.
So, there's only but positive things that come out of attending one of these functions.
And let's face it, folks, there's business out there for everybody.
Mhm.
I mean, it's a huge market, huge industry, and there's people that do things a certain way. Everybody has processes. Mario's known for the one-stop shop. His process is very unique, where he caters to both the buyer, the seller, and the person that's seeking that loan. He caters on both sides of that equation. The real estate market and the mortgage market. So there's not many one-stop shops around. So in reality, I asked him that question earlier. Does he have competitors? And to be honest, he's very humble, but he has very few competitors in that sense, that he is the one-stop shop, and that if you're looking to buy a property, you're dealing with one individual, you're dealing with one particular team. You don't have to wait on a phone call from somebody else or on a fax or anything. You contact Mario, you do business with Mario, and you get both the real estate side done and you get the financing done. I mean, that's just pure convenience. I mean, that's just the way it is.
Yes, it is.
So I know you were active on video, man. You've caught this video bug, and you did some videos in Orlando with Mickey. Oh, no, sorry, you already said that you didn't see Mickey.
Yeah, we did a couple of videos. One I announced of the purpose of why I was attending the conference. And then I decided to videotape about a minute of the actual trade show, so that people can see what that's all about.
Get a taste.
And usually I go up there with a specific game plan to look for specific products that I would like to be able to bring on board in case we need them. And, it took me about an hour and a half to 2 hours to get through the whole trade show.
Wow.
Say hello to some of the existing service providers that we already use, and try to pick out 3 or 4 new products that I know are coming into the market or being expanded into the market, just to have them available as soon as they're available. And so it was very successful. I picked up the new products that I wanted. And, Laura, our senior loan processor, had asked me for specific products. And I also, got recertified with an old relationship reverse mortgage company that we haven't done business in a while. And they got some new products coming on board. And I've already gotten reapproved with them since coming back last week.
So it's definitely a win-win-win investment to attend these events.
Yes, it is.
So Mario, would you like to share with us some of these new products that you found?
Yeah. So there's a bunch of what we now call non-QM products. These are products that are primarily for people who don't have very good tax returns, because they write off a lot of expenses, and it lowers their qualifying income. So there were a bunch of companies, and some that we didn't even know had this product, that are very, what I call 5-star service providers.
Okay.
And hooked up with a couple of them. We were signing up with them because that product is what we call the bank statement product.
Okay.
They take an average of 24 months of your bank statements, and that's your income gross with no deductions from your tax returns. We don't even want to see the tax returns. The rate is slightly higher than a conventional loan. However, the underwriting is a lot more flexible than a conventional or FHA loan.
Okay.
So we got a couple of those, and then on the reverse mortgage side, got a couple of new proprietary products for condominium owners that the association is not FHA approved. So found a couple that, as long as the loan amount is over 100,000, meaning that the value is somewhere between 200 and 250, we're probably going to be able to bring those clients in now and
Nice.
do those.
Nice.
So by the time a lot of people learn about those products, we're already offering those products, and that's another reason for that. We picked up a couple of private hard equity lenders, one right here in our backyard in Miami, one up in Tampa, and one in Aventura. So we have 3 new that we might be able to do some business with in the future, because they have certain niches that they like to lend on. So those were the 3 main things: hard equity, reverse mortgage, non-QM.
Definitely a productive trip.
Yeah, yeah.
Without a doubt. And Mario, I've known you for a while now, and I know that you maximize your hours in the day. So I bet that you were probably on the phone doing deals and taking care of business and taking care of the shop on your way up and your way down.
It was 3 hours on the way up of phone work, and it was about 3 hours on the way back until I hit the thunderstorm in Pembroke Pines.
And I know that you probably hit some turbulences outside the car, and you probably had some turbulences inside the car on the phone.
Yeah, we did. One turbulence that we had was a gas station deal that we're dealing with, that we hit some heavy turbulence, and right now that's kind of on the fence.
Wow.
And nothing that we could do or the bank could do. It's just that the property that they're buying is not top rated right now.
Right.
So from a financial perspective, and even though we've offered an alternative solution, the borrower doesn't seem to, he needs a couple of days to sleep on it.
Right.
But that was some major turbulence that I was on the phone on all the way up to Orlando. Another turbulence that we hit this past week was that while I was up there, FHA implemented for reverse mortgages back in October of 2018 the possibility of having a second appraisal done
Oh, okay.
on a case that is already almost ready to close. And we got hit with 2 of those last week. 2 cases that we were ready to close this week were selected by HUD to have a second appraisal.
This is a random.
They say it's at random,
Right.
but I have concerns about how that works, and I got a chance to meet with personnel from HUD, from the Atlanta office, voice my concerns, give them my card. Hopefully I don't go on a blacklist. But I voiced, here you're trying to help seniors.
You're ready to go, yeah.
They're ready to go. They're expecting their money, and from the equity of their home, they've already paid $450 for an appraisal, and now HUD is asking them to pay another $450 for a second appraisal. How can that be fair? One of them came in $2,000 higher than the first one, and the other one we're waiting to come in with the results today. But still, it's a very unfair policy, and you're talking homes of $250,000, $280,000. You're not talking $1 million home here.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I got a chance to discuss with that. We got through that turbulence. And then the other one is one that I'm working on right now that we're halfway through, which is securing a private loan, which we closed on yesterday, for a family that's buying a house, and then we're selling their townhouse, which is an investment property, so that they can move into the new house. The problem is, the turbulence we've hit is that, and this goes out to other mortgage professionals and realtors, so you're aware of this, the most used approval document is called a DU approval. And it says right on top of the 8-page report, DU approval eligible. Well, last week when we submitted that contract with the DU approval, everything was fine. This week, one of the lenders that we use said, well, we have an overlay that because this person doesn't have 3 credit scores, we won't do this loan, even though their system approved the loan.
Wow.
So that's turbulence, because now we have to find an alternative.
You'll be beginning from scratch.
Well, I mean, Laura, thank God, she has tremendous experience. She's already found where she's going to place it, where they'll accept it the way it is. But that's turbulence. That's, you know, you're moving along nice and comfortably, and all of a sudden you hit a brick wall.
Yeah.
You know, at this point, the client, we don't even let them know about that. That's just something that we do.
That happens behind the scenes.
That happens behind the scenes.
You guys are getting paid to just take care of it.
We're taking
You
care
get it
of it.
resolved.
You don't need to know the details.
Have it fixed. Go ahead and
We
fix
just
it.
need to get you to the closing table.
Yeah.
So those are some of the turbulences we
Yeah.
hit this week.
Yeah. So the industry is never is smooth sailing. You know, especially when you deal with the volume of deals that you guys do, and the experience and the amount of referrals that you guys get in the industry. But, you know, thankfully you have the knowledge and you have the years in the industry where you're able to solve all of these hurdles.
That's what we're here for. We try to solve them and get you to the closing table.
Folks, I see a lot of people coming in the broadcast. I want to thank you for joining us. If it's the first time joining us, welcome. My name is Andy within South Florida. We're here with Mario Quintero from the One Stop Shop. If you've been here before, thank you for the love. Thanks for tuning in and continuing to watch us. But if you're new, we do this every Thursday at the 4 o'clock hour here at Mario's new studio in Kendall. Man, this is really cool. I listen, when I grow up, I want to be like you, man. We got coffee, we got candy, we got everything. This is awesome, man.
You know, your coffee's blocking the sign.
Oh my God. Okay, so we need a little stand here. We need a little stand here, but wow, this is really cool, really cool. So are we going to talk about next week, or are we just going to keep him hanging?
Well, you're not going to be here next week, no?
I'm not going to be here next week. That's right. So
I'll be going solo.
You'll be
next
going
week.
solo in your new studio, man. I'm going to be watching.
Okay.
I'm going to be watching.
You need to enjoy your vacation and not watch
Man,
anything.
I need to unplug. I think that I've been going on fumes for the last couple of months, you know, with the association and everything.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, there's an event next week. I'm not going to be here, but Mario will be there. For those of you watching in the Kendall area, we have one of our members and our trustees, Allegro Senior Living. They're located in Kendall here in front of Dayland Mall. They are a very nice senior living community in Kendall. And the GKBA, the Greater Kendall Business Association, for those of you who don't know, we're a group of business owners, over 280 business owners, and we do these monthly networkers. Next week, on the 12th, right? Mm-hmm. On the 12th, I'm already in vacation mode.
Actually, it's the 13th.
The 13th?
Tuesday the 13th.
Tuesday the 13th. Please make a note of that. I'm already in vacation mode. I'm sorry, guys. Tuesday the 13th at 6 p.m. We're going to be at Allegro. Mario's going to be there. Our crew's going to be there. You can register for the event at greaterkendall.com. Check it out, greaterkendall.com. You can head over there now and register for the event. And if you haven't heard of our association and you want to become a member and grow your business and get to meet Mario, get to meet me, and get to meet our 280 local business owners, we welcome you to join us. We welcome you to attend next Tuesday at Allegro over in Kendall. And, you know, we just have a lot of fun, man. We have a lot of fun. We do business with each other. We network with each other. And it's a great time. It really is.
Work hard, play hard.
Work hard and play harder. Play harder. So I will not be here next week. The next time you see me, I'll be a little bit darker. I'll have a little more of a tan. But Mario will be in his brand new studio here. I'm going to be watching and making comments to see if you can see me on the screen. And that's all we got for you today, man. Be sure to check out marioshomenews.com. marioshomenews.com. Check out his website. They have a section there for a video gallery where you can see tons of videos of Mario and myself, Mario by himself, Mario's turbulences. You heard about turbulences. There's a video there that focuses on anything and everything that can go wrong and in a transaction, in a real estate deal or a mortgage deal. And after you see the video, if you're in the market, if you want to avoid that, just pick up the phone. Pick up the phone and call Mario. Mario, what's the best number they can reach you at?
Here at the office, 305-598-1600. After hours, my cell, 305-588-0451.
And there's no charge for your advice or your consultation. If somebody has a problem, if somebody's looking for a house,
No.
you know, if you guys just paid rent last month, if you wrote out that rent check, you don't gotta do it again. You don't gotta do it again. It's the beginning of August. You have time to contact Mario and say, "Hey, man, you know what? I heard you say I don't gotta pay rent again. Show me how." and you show them.
We can make it happen.
You take him by the hand, right?
Yep.
You take him by the hand.
Absolutely.
Folks, Andy here within South Florida. Mario Quintero from the One Stop Shop, Mr. Clear to Close, and we'll see you next week.
Have a great week,
Have a good one,
everybody.
guys. Ese es el único fallo.
¿Eh?
Ese es el único fallo.